Okay, my last video was almost 2 weeks ago. So, what am I going to talk about here? Let's think about it. Um, or let's not think about it. First, I want to mention my hair. Yeah, I know the pink is basically gone. There's just some like red around, but I'll get it re-dyed and get proper color depositing shampoo and whatever. But I look like I kind of like the blonde look. Kind of like it, especially when I go like this. It's like, oh shoot, looks cool. Um, but I thought, I took a break from making videos for a little bit, and it's been pretty interesting. Um, having time off. I think that these videos do help me, just generally speaking my mind, getting things out. It is something that helps me quite a bit. And so I've come back for that reason, especially considering, at times when I feel really anxious, like I need to get stuff out, like I just need to talk to someone, something. I can come here and just, really speak. But so since the last time, I've been to a few sessions of therapy. I have a appointment with the psychiatrist tomorrow and different stuff. And obviously a lot has happened. I just wanted to, I'm just going to end up speaking my mind here. I know usually I'll like lay out a story or something that's going on and try to really explain it in a way where it's like a YouTube video and not as much of like a video journal. Um, Making YouTube videos is not something that I want to do. I want to just have this type of video journal where I just speak and then I can just post it out and it is what it is. So, firstly, I just wanted to really quickly talk about some stuff that my therapist had said, I can just talk through it. So he in the past few sessions has been beside this one, but like in the last one and the previous one before that, and even before that one as well, he had mentioned something called not something called, but he had told me, hey, try to find the core, because I would have all these type of blanket statements which are like, oh, I hate myself or my life sucks or something like that. And he told me try to find the core of where all this stuff is coming from, you know. Oh shit. Oh shit. You guys better not see that. I need to wax them. But yeah, he's just like try to find what that core is, what that core feeling is, try to sit with the feeling and understand it. Um and so it's something I've tried to do, but you know, and what my mind tends to do is I'm a person who likes to just like analyze things, just get into it, just learn and learn and learn. And when coming to mental problems like this, especially considering mental problems that go on with myself, it's extremely difficult to sit in that core and not, or like to sit in this kind of state and not feel terrible, because I'll be in like an anxious mindset or be thinking, negatively about myself, saying negative things about myself. And I'll end up just like believing in it. And because I'm trying to analyze through that and not trying to calm myself down and really bring myself to a more grounded state, I'll end up staying there and kind of losing my head. And so my therapist talked to me, and they're like, try to really calm yourself down. Try to stay in a safe place, try to stay in a happy place, because something I haven't realized, and I need to try to do more of this, is to be mindful of not just my language of how I speak about other people, but also how I speak about myself, because how I feel about myself could and like the language I use for myself could then extend to other people. And oftentimes the language I use about myself is always in a negative sense, that I'm not worth it, or even subtle things where I was talking to one of my friends and I mentioned how another, someone else had real trauma and what I have been through, wasn't to the extent at which they went to. And traumas can have different intensities. You can people can go through different things, but that does, just because one person went through one thing doesn't cancel out what I know someone like myself has been through. And my friend was really like, they recognized what I said, and they were like, try not to say real trauma, because that is almost putting what I went into something that doesn't really count as trauma. And that really stood out to me, and I was like, wow, that's really something in my language that I'm negatively saying something about myself. And I'm really glad my friend caught that. And it's my therapist also said the same thing, like, try not to speak about yourself in that type of negative way, try to speak about yourself in a more positive light. And so I'm going to try to do that. And my therapist was like, considering your situation, you can make those type of positive assertions, that you are loved, that you love yourself, that you do matter, that you are a big deal, because these are things that I just genuinely don't believe about myself. And my therapist was like, even if you don't believe them, just say them. Just say these positive things about yourself. Just make yourself feel better, because at the end of the day, if you know I'll spend more time by myself, at least for the rest of this summer, than I will with people. So just try to keep. I have to learn how to take care of myself a little bit more and a little bit better, because I can take care of my skin. I can do skincare, I can do my nails, I can wear proper clothes, wash my clothes, I could do all these different things. But at the end of the day, it's about how I also speak about myself and how I treat myself, you know? So that's something I'm going to try to do going forward. And I'm making this video right now and I'm super tired. I kind of just want to like sit back and watch some YouTube or something. So I'm just going to leave this video at that. I may be back later just to, yap, but I think that's going to be it for today's video. It's super short, but I'm just tired.